Charlie Sheen, Sadia Khan, Gary V, and then a couple other shysters. Welcome to the show, guys. We're back. Derek!
Oh, man.
We're going to have to expose this guy. Guys, welcome back to the Goob podcast. We took a break. One of our production managers just ran through, and I think I'm going to have to expose him. Derek, we're going to take that beanie off of you one of these days. We love Derek. He wears a beanie 24/7, though. So today we got a great show. We're going to talk about Olympia recap. We're going to talk about an event that I was supposed to be at that would have been amazing, and unfortunately I couldn't go, trolling Sadia Khan. We're going to talk about the Olympia prize money Masters issue. That's like a tongue twister.
A lot to go through today.
And we're going to talk about Derek Lunsford haters.
Yeah, Derek Lunsford, he gets a lot of hate. I don't know why.
He does get a lot of hate. It's
confusing.
kind of weird.
Can we
Nice
talk?
You know
guy.
what?
Very nice guy.
Here's why. I'm going to summarize it. It's because they look at him and they're like, that was my bully in high school. But like, if you ever met Derek Lunsford, he's just like super nice guy.
Yeah, he's the
He
nicest
was like
guy in the world.
The
One of the nicest-
wrestler.
He's one of the nicest guys.
Yeah, he was like that wrestler that probably hung out with everybody in high school. Like, I don't know him like that, but I imagine like he's just the nicest guy ever.
I think that people need to take a step back. If you meet some of these guys, you probably change your whole perspective.
Yeah, it's
I think
different when you meet
what's
them.
happening is that for some reason the bodybuilding fans don't find him like exciting. That's what's happening. That's crazy.
Yeah, he
You know
just
what I mean?
does the
Guys
thing he's
wins with
supposed
his
to do.
physique.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't win on personality. They
right,
just
right,
win
exactly.
based off of looking the most jacked and shredded. And
There is the people's champ, though. I think that's based on personality.
well, that was Hadi Chupan, and that's just can we blur this out to save us from getting? Did I say that?
No, that part should be blurred out actually.
Thank you for instituting the people's champ.
But we all have we had the predictions, right? And we
Yeah.
all kind of wrong.
I was
we
so
put Nick,
fucking
we
wrong.
put Nick Walker in first.
I had Nick in one. He got what, 5, 6?
Six.
yeah, I had
Yeah.
Nick
That was
Walker up
crazy.
there. I mean, we were all rooting.
He was super off though.
We were
Sin-
rooting
you know,
for Nick. We
when
were
he-
rooting for Nick.
Of course, yeah. Like he came out though, and it's like he was super off, and that was that, and he didn't deserve first. So.
Right. Well, Derek proved us wrong. I mean, he was also, there was a poly market like betting stuff that we put out,
Yeah.
and Samson was number one on that list.
Number one. Have you noticed that? There was people betting on
Even if Nick wasn't first, I didn't think Samson was gonna win.
that was disappointing, huh?
Yeah, a little disappointing. Little disappointing.
Well,
Then-
now, I mean, to speak about the Olympia, what was your take on the Olympia this year? What was your think? Obviously Derek Lunsford won.
I thought it was
Do you
an
think it was
extremely interesting show, just because we didn't know who was going to be where. I thought the Classic had a really interesting caveat too, where they heighted everybody. They told them like 3 days before, like, we're going to re-height you. And it was because of, I mean, it's kind of cool. They're tuned into the social
There was
media
some controversy with that.
thoughts, right? Had social media never got on with all the videos of, what's his name, Mike, getting with the hairpiece or whatever it is, or, the hair on top, and they're doing an inch taller.
You were happy about that, right?
Oh, yeah, it was so fun. I mean, I just, fair is fair. You never want to see anybody get punished for something they didn't do, but, like, those heights were off.
So he wanted to make himself look higher.
Well, no. If you, in classic physique, if you can get an extra inch, you can get extra pounds, right? So you can be bigger than some guy that's your same.
So he made himself appear to be taller.
Well, yeah. Oh, dude, I've seen crazy shit. I've seen, they'll try to wear 2 pairs of socks and just hope they don't ask you to take your socks off. They have those skin things that go on the bottom of their heels that look like just your regular skin. I'm giving out all the secrets. It just looks like your regular.
They caught him with the hair thing, right?
Nobody was caught. All they did was just re-height everybody. And they didn't tell us, I mean, it's not posted like what the heights were, if they changed or whatever, but we know that everybody 3 days before knew this, and those guys started going nuts with.
So he had to lose weight, right?
I imagine he did. I don't know what his actual height, what he heighted. Who knows?
I heard about something like that.
Yeah, maybe they just did it to shut us up. Like, who really knows? But what I think would have been cool was this. Don't say anything at all. So, like, what? They told him 3-4 days before, which allows them time to then go be like, oh, I know what my height is. I got to now be proper. Don't tell him anything. Let him show up. Hey, guys, by the way, we're checking you in right now, and we're re-heighting you. And then exactly what they were going to do, were they going to show up within legal limits?
Correct.
And also that's safer for the competitors too, right? Because if I tell you 4 days before,
My question is why, as a viewer, right? Why is it was a big controversy this year versus last year?
I don't know why, really.
Why did they do it this year?
Like, why is it such a big deal this year compared to last year for Classic?
I think it's always been a question of you look at Mike, and he's like a 212 to me. And it's just every single year from the, Danny Hester won first Classic Physique. Danny Hester wouldn't be anywhere in the top 15 nowadays. And it's just that physique.
Don't say that he'll be upset at you.
Huh?
Don't say that about Danny.
Danny, you can be
very upset and he goes in the comments and he starts.
Danny, you could be really upset with me. It's actually okay, but like whatever.
I love Danny Hester.
I love him, but like just if you hate the truth, I mean, like it's just true. He won the first one. They gave it to a classic guy from the classic era. I thought it was awesome, and then after that, it was like starting to set the standard. But now we look at it and they're bigger and bigger and bigger, and what has happened is everybody is shaving, trying to get to that absolute perfect point, and they figured out, okay, let's try to get a little taller on the height, and then, okay, now you got guys that are 8, 10, 12 pounds over.
So, that being said, do you think Ramon Dino deserved that win?
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah.
He was awesome. I think he was like, he just had to wait for Chris to retire to win, and that's just,
And speaking of Chris,
that's
he
a fact.
was recently on a podcast saying... And we just wrote about this. We'll put it up on the screen, but basically saying that he quit bodybuilding because he thought it was unhealthy.
Well, nobody ever. I thought that was like an obvious one, though, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody ever looked at bodybuilding, competitive bodybuilding on stage, and thought, "Wow, the pursuit of health." Like you're not looking at Nick Walker and you're like, "What a healthy guy." You know what I mean? You're looking at Derek Lunsford and you're like, "Wow, he can barely fit in a t-shirt." Like,
let's talk about Men's Open again. So immediately after Derek Lunsford won, right, and the haters started coming out, but then also some bodybuilders started saying that, hey, there should be a split.
A split?
A split. There should be like guys that are shorter, like Hadi and Derek in their own division.
So stupid.
Even Lee Haney said it. Lee Haney literally went on a record, and then I saw, what's his name, Regan Grimes. He's like agreeing with him.
What they're talking about already happened. It's called Classic Physique. Like,
right.
It exists.
Or 212.
212. So it already exists. It's a thing.
That's why I'm confused why they were saying it.
I don't.
They basically were saying, yeah, Derek Lunsford and Hadi, get out of this division.
Yeah, let's just make
saying.
Guys, let's make another division. It's like, who's Mr. Olympia? Well, you got Mr. Olympia tall, Mr. Olympia short, Mr. Olympia wide.
So what Lee Haney was saying that the Derek Lunsford is so dense and short that it's hard to compare him to like an Andrew Jack.
Well, in other words, maybe that's his way of saying it's impossible for a big guy to beat them.
It almost is.
You're right,
and that's just called the breaks. That's called, what you don't see somebody that's 6'9" on stage. They never could be because they would have to be like 450 pounds and they couldn't sustain that. They would just die.
Andrew Jack got third place and he's like 6'3" or 6'4". Like he's pretty tall, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's 6'3". I think he's like 6'1", 6'2", maybe.
What's up there?
Yeah, I mean,
He's
I guess
tall.
an argument can be made that those guys like Andrew Jack and Samson. Samson won the Olympia last year, so it's like
that's false then.
So maybe the argument is that it's very hard for those guys to sustain and to get better.
Yeah.
Over time to actually compete.
It's harder for those guys to participate in bodybuilding, and it's harder for Derek Lunsford to be in the NBA. Like he's not dunking at any point in time. He's like my height.
Michael Hearn went on his channel. Michael Hearn was saying something like, "Derek, you got a couple of Olympias. Go back to 212."
No, it's just it's so stupid to be like, wow, we should get rid of and make a class for the taller. It's like, no, like you were born with these things that diverted your path into where you are today. And what you were born with is why you were good at what you're doing right now,
right.
Plus your work ethic, plus the people that you met, and plus all these paths that you took. You can't be like, you know what? You had an advantage out of the womb. That.
You're what's funny?
Like,
when I entered bodybuilding and learning more about bodybuilding in 2014 after Generation Iron and Generation Iron 2 and all this other stuff, I started to realize later in the years why the shorter guys had... And in many ways, I wouldn't say I was jealous, but I was like, wow, they have really good physiques. Because their proportions and their muscles are a lot more attractive.
Yeah, but none of them are dunking,
than the tall guys.
None of them are good at golf. There's just so many things that being taller is better at.
Let them have bodybuilding.
Yeah, like just give us the bodybuilding, bro. Like God, Jesus, I'm short, bro. Like,
what did you think about a lot of people said that Hadi deserved to win over Derek? Did you see them as even? Did you see?
It was a coin flip for me. I thought it was razor thin. I thought
it was very close.
Hadi was a little less sharp than he normally is. That was just my thought of just like what I saw on the feed. But I just thought it was super razor thin. And I like Derek's. I think Derek's posing presentation I like a little better, and it's like a cleaner look to me. But I think it's here nor there, and it's super close.
So Nick Walker immediately, I think last week or this week, he announced he's doing Arnold Classic immediately, which is coming up.
I saw that.
Months.
Yeah, I saw that.
What do you think about the decision? Do you think he wants redemption, obviously, like immediately?
I mean, I hope he gets it together, and if we see like a Pittsburgh pro, Nick Walker, like yeah, he's awesome.
I think it's a great show too. I think he should do the show. I think if he wins the show, I don't think he needs to do other shows until the Olympia. I don't think he's going to do that. In my opinion, I don't think he's going to go back out and go compete at the Pittsburgh Pro, New York Pro.
No.
I think he's going to, if he wins the
I think that's the strategy though, is to like win this and then chill. Because there's only a few. They changed it. It's now tier 1 shows, and there's only a few. Like you can't even win Arnold UK and go straight to the O, right?
You can't, I think.
No.
You really?
They changed it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a point system now. There's tier 1 shows that you can win and go straight to the O. And then there's shows you could win pro.
I thought that was just for like men's physique and like those.
Oh, you're probably right. You're right. Because there's only a few open.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you could win Arnold.
Yeah. You can
Are you sure you can win the UK and still go?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure. We'll check into that.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's because men's physique had like 63 people in it
Yeah,
or something. Yeah.
But what if Derek Lunsford also does Arnold Classic?
I don't think he will. He doesn't have anything to prove. He's smart about it.
Just to
He's
piss,
smart
just
about
to
it, though.
piss.
He saw what happened this year, and he's like, I'm not making that same mistake. There's a thing that you follow, and it's you're Mr. Olympia. You've won the right to improve and be amazing until next year.
Well, he killed it on the circuit, and I could tell you he made a lot of money. We actually put a post of all the money that Derek made
He crushed
up
this
this
in the
year.
bodybuilding industry.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do
on
it.
wins.
Pro and now Olympia.
Yeah.
So he had
He
quite
won
the
all
purse
of the
this
big
year.
checks.
He had a lot of big purses this year.
Yeah.
So good shout out to him.
But
Speaking of checks, so what's going on with this Olympia Masters scandal? I guess the news broke that the promoter wasn't paying the prize money or something like that.
so there's a, what is it, Muscle Discord? Is that the guy who started posting all this?
I've heard about that.
Muscle Discord. It's some like Instagram page, and he's interviewing people. They're talking about there was the Masters Pro, obviously happened
took place in Japan
2 months ago. Like maybe it's 3 months ago at this point. Nobody got paid out, and the promoter in Japan has been sort of communicating with them and sending all these emails. And I've seen some of the emails, and it's like, oh hey, we haven't paid you yet because you have to file this tax form. And so everybody filed the tax forms. And then, oh, well, we were going to pay you, and it's going to be about 3 weeks. And then 3 weeks goes by, and then there was an email that, and I'm paraphrasing, by the way, like we can put the emails up if you want. But one of the emails made the claim that because of the cost of the production or the cost of the show or something like that, and the exchange rate changing, that now it's hard for me to pay you guys. Like and I actually looked it up because you can track.
What was the prize money, by the way? Do you know?
Huh?
What was the prize money?
$10K for first, something for second, something for third. I'd say maybe like $17K per class for like 4 or 5 class. We're talking about $100,000 probably, like something like that. And but I looked up the currency conversion and I tracked it, and it's like the day after this guy or a week after this guy sent this email of like, I can't pay you or I'm supposed to pay you on this day. Like that day was like the lowest it would have been between yen and USD. It was like 1 USD to 147 yen. And because he's just waited so long, it's now like 158 yen to USD. It's just stupid, man. Like, just pay the fucking bill.
So this guy licensed the name Olympia from Jake Wood, basically, to run the contest?
Yeah, so they, Jake Wood can't promote all the shows. And so all, like, the Masters Olympia is, I don't think the first year it was leased out to somebody. But now they give it to them. And I'm assuming their agreement is you have to put all the money in escrow, put all the prize money in escrow, do this, do that, you can collect whatever. Somehow, I don't know if the money didn't go in. I don't know what the details are, but maybe the money's not in escrow. Maybe
they didn't make enough money from the show. I guess we're trying to run some kind of a show from ticket sales.
And that's called life, though.
No,
Yeah,
course,
it's like, that sucks. But I'm
he
assuming,
has come through. He was probably depending on that Japanese currency to keep going up and not happen, especially with the way the world is.
he got by the yen. No, well, what I was saying is it didn't actually, like, the currency conversion didn't actually work against him. It worked a little bit in his favor if he would have just paid on time.
I see.
So like it was worth the dollar was closer to
the longer he waited, the worse it got.
Yeah, but even then we're talking about cents, like not a ton of money. We're talking about 147 yen to a dollar versus 150. It's not a ton, right? It's a small percentage of the money. So like the reality is they just don't have it and they're not paying it. The Japanese promoter, and I guess Jake Wood stepped up and said we're going to pay. And that's what I know right now is they've sent out emails saying we're going to pay, which is like
honorable,
but also like just what you're supposed to do, right? Like
it's just brand. I mean,
it's your brand, it's your name on it, and it sucks because and Jake knows this. Like if he doesn't pay, all anybody's going to talk about is how like they never got paid. And it's their athletes that support the whatever.
That sucks, man. I would assume that Jake would not be working with that promoter ever again.
No, bro, no. And I think they're probably going to, it's the Masters Olympia hasn't been around for a while, right? And it's probably new to them to like give the show to somebody to you do it. And they probably weren't even thinking like, make sure the money's in escrow. Let's check that account. Can these guys get paid out? And it's too late. Oh, damn. Now they got to clean it. People are dragging him online for it, and I saw Jake came out and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna pay," and then everybody's like, "He hasn't paid yet." It's like, dude, chill. Like, I think he's gonna pay. I think this guy is probably
crazy because Jake just dropped major money on this Olympia in
dude.
Vegas.
I think that I don't want to say this as a derogatory, but I think it's a passion project for him. I don't think he's running the Olympia to make money.
I'm sure they make a lot of money.
They do some big business,
but I'm spending a lot of money at the same time.
But I don't think that he got into the Olympia of like, I'm going to make a ton of money doing this. I think he's like, I like this thing and I think it can be better and I think it should be done a certain way. And so it probably really irks him that people are like, why isn't he paid yet? It's like, I don't know. There's probably like 40 athletes that they have to wire money to internationally. Like, I'm sure they're going to pay. Like, I've seen, when I did Masters Olympia, when I had a client out there and they brought us out Cluj, Romania, the first year they had it. And just the amount of money that I saw spent on that thing that I know didn't come back to them was really impressive. It's really hard to get stuff like steak in Romania. They just don't, like, nobody really sells red meat. It's kind of weird. Like, really? You could get salmon, but like you buying like filet mignon or like a steak, just no grocery stores. And they made sure that all that stuff was in the hotel, like the host hotel, that there was a 24-hour menu. And I'm sure they paid these people to like do it 24. You could just call, pick up the phone.
Wow.
I need 150 grams of white rice and 300 grams of filet mignon, and then it just showed up. And so I just know that there was a ton of money spent on that never got back to him. So I don't think it's a money thing. I think it's if I'm Jake Wood, I'm looking at it like, all right, I'm having this conversation with the Japanese promoter, like, hey, before I write these checks, do you want to make your reputation with me good and just pay it? And the guy's probably, yeah, I got it. I'm moving some money around, blah, blah, blah. And it's to a point now where he's probably just going to pay it.
It's not easy to be profitable in bodybuilding, I think. So you have so many different moving parts,
And if you think about it too, holding these international shows like in Japan, is the following for all the competitors that are from the U.S., is it as strong as it is in the U.S.? Like,
no,
I don't know.
It's not. We've had some recent conversations with people in Japan, and Japan is a tough market for bodybuilding.
Yeah, which probably explains why they're like reluctant to pay out. They probably lost a ton on it, and he's like, why am I, doing this to lose? It's like, well, it's called business and the opportunity.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Jake for coming up, stepping up for those athletes, obviously. So
yeah, if we could poly market?
Yeah, in the
if we could poly market lines on Jake pays or Jake doesn't pay, I'm taking Jake pays. I'm putting my life savings on Jake pays. I think he's gonna pay. It's
100%.
This. I don't know if you saw Bob Ciccarella saying his stuff, and then Tyler in the comment. Like,
what Bob say?
It's some video where he's like. He's just calling people tour. He was just like he needs media training. Like a guy that's in the media just needs, like he said some crazy in the comments or in a video.
The Japanese promoter?
We got to pull it up.
You've got nothing done. Okay. Do you think this hasn't been known? Okay. Since day one, think they're more important than they are, and they think they know more than they do. This has been in the works for a while. There's nothing that you guys brought to the table. And what would you guys bring anyways? They obviously didn't even care to even respond to you. Phil, I put numerous calls in, I put numerous emails and never got responded to. Exactly, Phil. That's how much they gave a shit about you inquiring about the prize money that they didn't even answer you.
He was defending the Olympia, but like the way he said it was just like pouring gas on the fire. Like, dude, don't do that. Just like nobody, they should just put out a thing like, hey, this is where it's at. Now that the public's aware of it, like this is where it's at. This is what it is. Give us some time. And
I'm surprised Bach didn't come after Nick after his placement.
He was probably celebrating when Nick placed 6th.
I don't think so. I think that was a rivalry that was like fun for them and not super serious. And I don't think he would like kick a dude while he was down. I think Bob's got some class, you know. I don't know him, but I think he probably has some class there. I thought it was good that he didn't make like a victory lap. I thought that was very nice because that's, you know, a little rude.
A bit rude.
Nick did make a T-shirt.
Like, ha, ha, ha,
Honestly, though, that's like the power move for Bob to just not even answer it. It's like Nick made a whole T-shirt and shit. And Bob's like, I'm not actually going to say anything.
What happened with Sadia Khan? We spoke about her on the show.
Dude,
your nemesis. What happened with her husband?
She's like an infection, bro. It just won't go away. Like every
podcast dedicated to Sadia Khan, by the way.
I think she's gone, and then she just pops back up. So I had this crazy plan, which got interrupted because she was supposed to speak in a place about 45 minutes away from where I live in New Jersey. I'm in New York. In New Jersey, on October 15th, she was supposed to speak. They were promoting it. I had an event on October 17th. So I was like, oh, awesome. I'm going to be able to do this, do a quick turn, and then go to my event. I'll fly out to LA the day after. I hire a videographer. I get a fake ID. I'm looking into like visual effects because I got to like dress up if I'm going there. Like I can't just walk in. She's like having a thing. And we had this whole crazy plan that we were going to hatch. And they have end up, and I'm in the Telegram chat, by the way, for this event. It's one of those like 10X events where they like calling all business people.
Gary Vee's supposed to be there, right?
Oh yeah, but dude, this Telegram was the saddest thing ever. It was just like a bunch of bums that were like, "I'm gonna come here and be inspired and be a billionaire," and it's just like you are all followers that are paying money to just like go and look at Gary Vee and then leave and be like, Go back to Wendy's. And I'm in this Telegram chat and I'm asking.
Were you supposed to pay too to be there, or they're inviting you for free?
So I called I looked at the number of one of the promoters and just called him, and I was like, hey, I'm acting like the biggest sucker in the world, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna get you 4 VIP passes. Just bring 3 of your friends. And I was like, wow, this is super scammy. So I'm in this Telegram chat trying to like ask questions to identify to people like, this doesn't add up to you guys, right? So they're sending all these emails out to us about how it's sold out, blockbuster, landmark attendance. But in the same email, they'll talk about how you could bring a friend with you if you check this +1 or whatever. It's like they said.
How much did it cost to be there?
I don't know because I got it for free.
Sounds like Gary Vee's marketing tactic.
Dude, they'd be like, only 1,000 seats and we've sold 1,800 event seats. And it's like in a Holiday Inn or something. It was like in a Marriott ballroom, like a small one, right? But they're like, all sold out. Bring your friends. And in the chat, I was like, hey guys, just had a question. It said sold out, but 4 of my friends want to come. But you also said I could bring friends. How does that work? They just start deleting my messages, and then they ban me from the chat. But so the day of,
for asking those like normal questions.
well, because they're like, damn,
Well, they got a hold of like you're trying to like.
yeah, they're like, people might catch on. Well, because people were like, yeah, I saw that too. Like, that's a little weird. And then they started moving speaker days around. And so I was trying to, and I wasn't even trolling. I was trying to ask them to give me a solid list of who is where and when they're going to be, so that I could just show up for Sadia to troll her and leave.
Right.
And she was a speaker there? She was supposed to be a speaker?
Yeah. So it's an event. It takes place October 15th, 16th, 17th.
Wow.
Like 3 days, right? 3 whole days you're supposed to be there, and there's different speakers on every day.
Right after the Olympia.
But they wouldn't tell us what days the speakers were. And so I'm not even trolling at this point. I'm asking in the chat, like, can we get a list of names and when they are? And then I'm like, I'm trying to not be like, I'm just a troll that's trying to show up just for Sadia Khan. I'm like, hey, like some of us work and, we have to know like certain speakers. We want to know who they are. And they would just reply, anybody who's in that room is somebody that you want to learn from. You shouldn't concern yourself for which speaker. And I was like, holy shit. Like, so then I learned that they moved her from the 15th to the 17th. I had an event on the 17th. So I basically bought a fake ID for nothing. Can I say that I bought a fake ID? Is that illegal?
It's fine.
I have a fake ID. So I bought it for nothing. I couldn't go. She starts DMing me when they're leaving. So the 17th she speaks.
She started DMing you.
She starts DMing me on the 18th, chirping me. You should come up and we're in the city. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, here's my address. Like, here's where I am. Like, I'm going to be here for the next 4 hours. Like, just give her my address. Just tell her where I'm at. And she's like,
DMing you. She knows you're in New York.
She's pretending like she's her husband DMing me.
Wow.
But she doesn't, like, it's her. It's literally just her. And she's like, I'm going to come, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, like, here's my address.
You physically? What is
she said she was going to break my nose or something. Her husband said he was going to break my nose. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'm right here. Like, this is, where I'm at. It's the 18th, right? The day after. I think they went to the city or something. And I was like, yeah, here's where I'm at. I'm going to be here all day working. Just let me know when you're here. And text, I'm here. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I can come down. Like, where are you specifically? Like, I gave him cross streets. Like, just let me know where you're at.
You would think you're going to fight the guy.
I was going to go say what's up. If we're fighting, we're fighting. But I was at least going to go say what's up. Silence. Nothing. And I was like, are you serious? Like, really? Like, really?
You should have documented this whole thing.
Oh, I have it documented. It's a video.
But what was the point of this? Just to try to scare you?
I don't know. I was like not scared though. I was like, okay, like cool, you guys are here. Like this is convenient. So like hours go by. You weren't there. And I was like, what do you mean? Like the minute they said I'm here, I was like, God, like a minute later, I was like, okay, cool. Like, where are you? I'm asking questions. Are you actually here? Where are you? I'm here. I'm like looking outside. So a few days later, the next day, they're like, we're still in town. We're here for 30 days. You should come to us.
30 days? Wow.
It's just not true because she's like posting from Dubai, right? Or like the next day she's posting from Dubai. This is before that. She goes, you should come here. And I was like, where is here? Totally not Sadia's husband. Where is here? And they give the address of the hotel that this goofball event was at, which is in Jersey, like 45 minutes from me.
The Marriott hotel.
The Marriott. And they give our room number, like a specific room number. I'm at room 295 at the Marriott, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, cool, I'm a smart guy. So I call the hotel. And I was like, hey, I'm in room 295 and I'm just trying to get like an early checkout tomorrow. Like, can you just let me know like what my bill total is, blah, 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 blah. And this dude just like isn't thinking that he's just getting trolled or like socially engineered by some guy online. And he goes, oh, you already checked out yesterday. This is for the con party, right? Or whatever it was. And I was like, oh yeah, thank you. So that nobody's in that room? Yeah. Are you calling after? Like, he's like confused because the room's not occupied. And so I hang up and I text back and I was like, nice try, Sadia. And they're like, we're totally still here. Just show up. Like, okay, I'm not going to waste my time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Wonderful. This sounds like completely crazy person doing it.
Completely crazy person? No.
Same for the room.
No way, bro. It's just something wrong with her.
I think next time we would love to be involved in the video recording of these things. That would be so cool. It would be really great to show that on.
If it was if I was in town, I was totally going. We had Bluetooth speakers. We were gonna plant them in the auditorium. We thought it was an auditorium. As it turns out, it was just a tiny little like a conference thing.
So how much they paid Gary Vee, you think, to be at that event?
I don't know, probably a lot. I mean, I don't know. If you're Gary Vee and you do like 30 of them though, and you charge like $10K just to like show up and get like absolutely meat pull stroked by a bunch of fucking weirdos, and you're just like, yeah, guys, I just went to garage sale, whatever he says he did, and they're like, oh, I'm so inspired. I don't know. That stuff is so weird to me. It's like the only people two people, by the way, have come up to me and told me that they hired Sadia Khan. And both of them are people that like they needed a leader in their life, and they were paying her to become a leader.
A mentor.
Yeah, and it's like they didn't need her. They needed somebody in their life that cared about them, and all they got was somebody that was this like wicked demon woman. It's just not
good. Not
cool, man. Not cool.
That's not good.
Yeah, the people that go to those events, like
It's
they need something else.
how you're still on her mind.
Apparently.
pretty
I
crazy.
don't, like, she just messages me, or she'll tag me and randomly, because she'll be fighting for her life. Nick Cannon posted about her the other day, and she's fighting for her life in those comments, because everybody's like, side piece Sadia.
What did Nick say about her?
He reposted something, and he follows me, and he like reposted, so it came up, and I was like, that's a weird whatever, like that's interesting. And it was like a post about her saying something about how to keep a man happy or something, and all the comments were just dragging her, calling her a side piece, and all that stuff. And she's fighting for her life, and she'll tag me in it and like be like, "Goob, you didn't do this," and I'll just be like, "I'll suck his dick," you know.
Man,
I'll quote her.
Does Charlie Sheen follow you by any chance?
No, he was at that event though, by the way.
no.
Charlie Sheen. It was
What?
Charlie Sheen, Gary. Dude, it was a nut. I
How
wanted
do
to
you
go.
put Charlie Sheen and Gary Vee in the same?
I don't know. Charlie Sheen, Sadia Khan,
What?
Gary Vee, and then a couple other shysters that I didn't know who the
What
others
does Charlie
That's
Sheen
quite
got to
the
do with
lineup.
10X?
I don't know. People, but the funny thing is, like, people were in that Telegram chat asking, like, "Hey, like, this is really cool and all, but like, why is Charlie Sheen here?"
What is he going to talk about?
I don't know. His new movie or something.
new documentary.
Yeah, he's like, "I got a documentary. I talked about blowing
But
dudes."
it's like random.
I don't know. Well, you know,
I think because
Sadia Khan and Charlie Sheen both have something in common. I'll just say that.
Wow. All right.
Damn. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it. Do we have anything
That
else
was a
to talk
random
about?
episode. That was a very random episode.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Danny Hester, we'll look for you in the comments. To everybody else,
Shout
we're
out to Danny.
sorry. Have a great day and see you next week.